Scottsdale was lining up for a shot of goal, and Joel said, "My dad slept with your mum." So, poor Marie as well. Not nice words, I don't think.
You're pretty close to the best on ground today. You're about 3 feet from him.
The day Joshy Kennedy kicked 10 goals, he was on about 8, and I heard Chris Maston yell out to his opponent, "You're going to win the reverse Coleman."
Matthew Yench was copping it once, and he said, "The biggest crime in football is that I can't mark my own kicks."
The old cliche, "Who are you?" That's the one that gets used the most, and it's not bad when you hear it.
I got "Who are you?" from Dan Swan early on in my career.
Ricky Pettard once said that I was the worst captain he had ever played against. So now I am his captain, so that's interesting.
I know all the redhead ones.
Jonathan Brown said that he was going to eat McVeigh, and Spike asked him if he was going to use the same bowl that he uses when he gets his haircut.
Tate Pears called a bloke a prawn once, particularly because he had a good physique but crap head.
I like that one of Martin Pikes when he said to one of the Wakelands, you brothers still sleep with the light on.
Richard Sherman, who said, "I've seen better hands on a snake."
Andrew Mackie, it was up and about, and he said to a few of us guys in the back line, do we get 4 points for this, or do we just get 2 points for this win because we were playing North? And Adam Simpson at the time was in the vicinity, and he lost it and thought it was pretty funny.
Someone from West Coast said that Jamie McMillan looked like a horse, and that was the best, and it's even better because the nickname stuck.
Barry Hall to Jack Redden. I think when Reddo first came on, he was pretty lightly framed, and I remember Baz asking if he'd grown pubes yet.
Hodgie said to Brent Stanton, "Oh, I'm on Monfries." And it was Brent Stanton. He knew full well who it was, but he didn't enjoy it too much.
Jonathan Brown probably yelling out while he's standing at centre forward, "I'm coming for you."
Your mum wears army boots, and I'd never heard that.
Given up sledging a little while ago.
Andrew Mackie, I think, once said to Lloydie, "You're surely only running around for your paycheck."
Someone once yelled out to me, "Richards, you're nowhere near as good as your grandfather," and he wasn't that good either, and I had a bit of a laugh because he confused me with Joel Reynolds, because my grandfather never played football.
Coxie, for sure, and the biggest nose as well.
Dan Cox.
Coxie, yeah, can talk a bit.
Probably Coxie. Coxie's pretty good. You can back it up too, I think.
Probably Darren Geary. He never shuts up, never stops talking. He's a bit of a pest.
Darren Geary gives a bit of lip.
Alex Fasolo likes the app.
We got rid of 2 of them, Daisy and Heath Shaw, but recently new player Taylor Adams, he runs his mouth pretty well at training so far. We'll see how it goes in games.
Tex.
Eddie Betts actually has a pretty big mouth, like just in general, but otherwise, Joe Petrenko.
Matthew Yench.
Matthew Yench.
Probably Hayden Valentine.
Hayden Valentine.
Tyrone Vickery, and it's underrated.
Ty Vickery probably doesn't have the biggest mouth, but he's probably the wittiest of all the bunch.
Nick Commell.
Nick Comer.
I'd have to say BJ, good and bad again.
Brendan Goddard.
Charlie Dixon.
Charlie Dixon.
Andrew Mackie.
Andrew Mackie, no doubt.
Hey, Mackie.
Andrew Mackie.
Yeah, Andrew Mackie.
Sam Wright.
Sam Wright, I'd say. Loves a bit of a sledge.
Tommy Rockcliffe, he probably gives out a sledge. Tommy Rockcliffe.
Sam Mitchell or Jordan Lewis.
Jordan Lewis is pretty good on the yacht.
Sam Mitchell has an awfully large mouth, and he's also got a big mouth as well.
Sam Mitchell.
Shane Mumford.
Lyndon Dunn for sure.
Lyndon Dunn. G is pretty good.
No mouths are bigger than Ben Hudson's. I can still hear his even nose at Collingwood.
Oh, Gussie, Angus Monfries for sure.
Angus Monfries, brilliant.
Probably Dane Rampy, yeah, which is surprising because of his inexperience with football, but it doesn't seem to stop him.
Dan Hanbury. Daniel Hanbury.
Jack Rewalt.
Jack Rewalt.
Jack Rewalt.
Probably Jack Rewalt.
Jack Rewalt.
Ben Hudson. Just motor mouth.
Jared Blair's pretty good.
Brendan Goddard's a really big sledger, and now that he's an opposition player, I can say that.
Probably Andrew Walker and I sort of had a couple of run-ins. Yeah.
Jonathan Brown's good.
I'm going to go Stevie Johnson.
Stevie Johnson.
Steve Johnson.
I've heard second hand that Stevie Johnson's pretty good on the sledge.
Andrew Mackey's got a pretty sharp tongue on him.
Andrew Mackey.
Andrew Mackey's pretty good.
Andrew Mackey from Geelong.
I haven't heard too much, but apparently Andrew Mackey, he's at the other end, but goes really well.
Last year it was Shane Mumford.
Angus Monfries.
Yeah, Michael Voss, I suppose, was one that used to hit me up pretty hard, but obviously he did it all in good jest, but he used to get through to you.
Ricky Pettit. Joe Montagna's always sledged me since my second game, and he always calls me schoolboy, so that continues to this day.
Hayden Ballantyne is a shocker.
Probably Ballantyne. He likes to mouth off a fair bit, which is good fun.
Ballantyne.
A little bit of Hayden Ballantyne, had a bit of him.
Hayden Ballantyne.
Hayden Ballantyne.
Not so much of a sledger, more of a pest is Hayden Ballantyne.
Oh, Ballantyne loves to throw a bit of chat around, but I think it's all good and fun with him. It's different when you're about 5'7" tall.
I'd say the Hawks are pretty good.
Hawthorn.
Hawthorn.
I'd say the Hawks.
Probably Hawthorn, they're pretty good at it.
Hawthorn, I reckon.
Hawthorn. Hawthorn seem to get in on the party together.
Hawthorn gets stuck in you a fair bit as well.
Hawthorn?
As a whole, Fremantle are the worst.
The Pies.
Richmond.
Probably Richmond.
Probably Richmond.
Probably the Tigers, Richmond. Yeah.
GWS.
The young kids at GWS have got a bit to say, I reckon.
I think Geelong are pretty good sledgers. Haven't noticed too many others.
Geelong in their heyday the last couple of years have always been good.
Geelong.
Maybe Geelong. They can back it up. They've won 4 flags.
That's probably us, Geelong.
We're probably the most well renowned as doing it, so don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.